the cycles.
The topic of tenure is a fascinating and topical one. There's no doubt that economics, politics, and technology have been major disruptors in terms of how companies handle their resources. Over the last 30, 40 years, there have been big cultural shifts between how companies treat employees, eradicating the post-war social contract, which once defined American workers' relationships with their employers. I've seen instances where long tenures have led to the intellectual atrophying of organizational talent. Narrowing perspectives aren't great for innovation, efficiency, or problem solving. But attrition can be just as detrimental. If organizations don't invest, nurture, and retain employees, and by retain, I don't mean bagels in the lunchroom and Wednesday afternoon pizza parties either. Retention strategies should include creating a stable job with clear promotion paths and training. This is done through proper workforce planning and skills management. Otherwise, organizations go through yo-yo hiring and firing cycles to improve optics prior to earning calls. This isn't ethical leadership. Employees aren't jet fuel to be dumped before landing. Lack of loyalty and the dehumanization of workers has consequences. So it should be no surprise that modern workers feel just in doing the bare minimum, job hunting, and even doing gig work at the same time as working full time. Personally, I don't think we're in a great place. I think we're going to see a reduction in innovation and reduced quality of goods and services. There are opportunities for organizations to develop ethical workforce models which treat people well and lead to long-term growth and profitability. In my work, M. Schaub Advisory, I advise clients on how to create the infrastructure to do just this. I can't stress enough that this is not about people over profits. It's about running a business strategically, creating an environment where your employees and the business thrive together. But until we change the world, there are choices to be made around how you think about job tenure. For those in their 20s, I would advise against jumping too quickly from job to job. By the way, I would never recommend staying in a toxic situation. So if that's you, then definitely get working on finding something else. But adaptation, resiliency, and relationship building are crucial skills to master early on in your career. And if you change jobs too often, and I'm not putting in a number here, so that's, again, going back to, I'm not giving advice on what too often is. But if you don't stay at a place where you learn those skills, you're not going to master them. And by the way, no place is perfect. So you need to be self-aware of what your likes to haves versus your needs to have are, and be thoughtful about trade-offs. Mid and late career workers know that most companies are unable to offer job security. As you ascend up the ranks in seniority and comp, you'll face more competition for roles and be at greater risk for layoffs and demotions because you're more expensive than your junior counterparts. My recommendation is to keep your skills, resume, and LinkedIn profile fresh, and to institute regular networking both within and outside of your company. Give yourself a target of talking to a couple people every month. Ask people questions about their perspectives and seek feedback. People love giving feedback. And be polite and friendly and shine light on yourself too. There was a time when I felt awkward talking too much about my accomplishments. I grew up in a family where people just got on with things, and talking about yourself too much was viewed as impolite. If this is you, get over it fast. Put a note in your phone with a few bullets about your top 3 skills and 2 interesting projects where you applied them. Get comfortable sharing this information in a context where you're not looking for anything. This will be more important for building a brand and network whom you can call upon when you're ready to make your next move. And rather than job hunt when you're at the end of your rope and desperate to get out, or get a sense that layoffs are coming, consistently look at and apply to new opportunities. Do this all the time. Making decisions and interviewing when you're in a secure job always works in your favor. You're going to come across as more confident, and you'll be perceived as being more valuable to potential new employers than if you don't have a job. It's a good strategy for you to stay plugged into the most sought after skills, benefits, and comp ranges. Go on interviews, be curious, ask questions, and practice talking about yourself. You never know what might happen. This is all to say, loyalty is something which should be earned. Take control of your career by staying relevant and informed and remaining open. This will keep you from getting too comfortable, which can result in the stagnation of skills, including those needed for interviewing. It'll also help you maintain visibility and an active pipeline of opportunities should the time come to move on. Feeling you have agency is going to improve your mental health too. Should you be let go by your company, you'll be 20 steps ahead and more emotionally prepared too. Alternatively, you might be in a good place today, but end up finding something even better. And if you decide then to jump to that better gig, guess what? Then you start the whole cycle again.
Hey, fellow psychos, if you enjoyed the show, please click like, subscribe, and share it with other psychos you know. We'd also love to hear from you, so please hit us up on our socials. We're at Business Psychos Pod on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook.